In the beginning of the drama, we see Xiaoman. She is a villager and was sitting by the lake, washing clothes. Just then, a boy comes in front of her and says, I have come from the Lin group. Our boss is ready to give you 10 million yuan to break the engagement with you. He has turned 25 years old, but still hasn't been in a relationship. All these things, the male lead Lin Xian was also listening to while coming towards that village. Because the man who is with Xiaoman has been sent by Lin Xian himself, who has both a camera and a recorder, with which he is recording Xiaoman. Meanwhile, Xiaoman says to that man, if your boss is that handsome, has never been in a relationship, and goes to the gym, then tell him to transfer those 10 million to my bank. We'll talk about breaking the engagement later. But that boy starts forcing her, saying, no, you will have to sign these documents. Irritated, Xiaoman stands up and hits the man with the same stick she was using to beat and clean the clothes, causing him to fall into the lake. Over there, Lin Xian was also watching all this. Just then, his assistant says, I think Xiaoman doesn't know anything about the engagement. At the same time, Lin Xian was getting very angry. He says, Grandpa has found this trouble for me. Now I have to deal with it as soon as possible. In the next scene, we see Xiaoman, who is cooking something in her house when her mom comes to her and says, hey, why haven't you gotten ready yet? She takes out lipstick and starts applying it on her, saying, come on, just apply this, because all the relatives are about to arrive. Xiaoman didn't like makeup at all, but her mom explains, please don't mess up anything this time. Your aunt has arranged this second date for you with great difficulty. She was saying that the boy is very nice, handsome, and well-educated. If he even starts flirting with you a little, don't get angry with him. All this is a normal thing, and this will be good for you, because he will start to like you. To this, Xiaoman says, Mom, what are you saying? On the other side, Lin Xian had also reached their village. Xiaoman was telling her mom, please stop arranging blind dates for me. I don't want to get married right now. I don't want to meet those people. But her mom doesn't listen to her. Instead, she explains to her, the boy's family will be arriving any moment now. You meet all of them nicely, or else I will break my relationship with you. Here, Lin Xian had come to the village and was looking at the village, while the village people were busy staring at his big car. But he says to his assistant, my man had already talked to Xiaoman, so now I just have to go to her and make a deal. The assistant says, go a little carefully, because these village people seem quite strange to me. On the other side, Xiaoman's mom was emotionally blackmailing her to get ready for this blind date. She was saying, do you want me to be insulted in front of all the relatives? After seeing so much of her drama, Xiaoman agrees, but she says, I have agreed to meet that boy this time, but if we don't like each other, then please don't ever arrange a blind date for me again. Over there, Lin Xian came into the village and was asking some ladies for the address of Xiaoman's house, at which those ladies think, this must be the guy with whom Xiaoman has a blind date today. Seeing him, they say, he is so handsome. He looks like a superstar. Then they tell him the address of Xiaoman's house. Just then, Xiaoman comes out with her mom. Xiaoman's mom becomes very happy seeing Lin Xian and asks him, did you come alone, son? Your mom and dad didn't come. But he, looking at Xiaoman, was thinking to himself, oh, so this is the trouble that Grandpa has found for me. There, Xiaoman was looking at him and thinking, he looks so handsome, but even he needs to go on a blind date to get married. Then, Xiaoman's mom introduces both of them. There, everyone was telling Lin Xian, this is a blind date, so he also says, yes, I am the blind date. All the relatives standing around were very happy, saying, their pairing is so perfect. We should get them married as soon as possible. But Lin Xian had come here to break his engagement. He asks everyone to leave the two of them alone. So all the other people leave from there. Then he says to Xiaoman, let's sit and talk. And he asks Xiaoman to sit. She thinks, the nerve of him. He's treating me like a guest in my own house. She says to Lin Xian, my mom has arranged this blind date for me. I know we have both been forced to come here, so I want you to just sit here for a while and then go back to where you came from. But Lin Xian says, no one has forced me. I want you to get a marriage certificate with me in a few days. Hearing this, Xiaoman is very shocked. She says, how can you marry a girl you don't even know? Lin Xian says, for me, none of this matters. So Xiaoman asks, then what matters to you? Lin Xian thinks to himself, I want you to hate me and break this engagement yourself. But then he says to Xiaoman, I want you to be my maid after marriage. And after marriage, I want 3-4 children. You will have no right to know when, where, or with whom I am going to meet. But where do you go? Who have you befriended? You will have to tell me all of this. And you can't do anything without my permission. Hearing these things, Xiaoman was getting very angry. And Lin Xian had said all this just to make her angry. He was thinking, come on, let out your anger and break this engagement. Just then, Xiaoman stands up in great anger and says, even if you were the last boy in the world, I would not marry you. The relatives were watching them from a distance, to whom this moment of theirs seemed quite romantic. Just then, Xiaoman's aunt brings a boy, Wang, and says to all of them, "Why have you people gathered here? Look, I have brought Xiaoman's blind date." Seeing this, everyone is shocked and thinks, if this boy from our village, Wang, is here, then who is the one on a blind date with Xiaoman? Over there, after hearing Lin Xian's words, Xiaoman had said a lot of bad things to him in anger, and also refused to marry him. Lin Xian had recorded everything. He says, "My work is done. I have recorded everything." Xiaoman couldn't understand what he wanted to do. Just then, Xiaoman's aunt comes and starts asking Lin Xian, "Who are you really? Because you are not the boy with whom Xiaoman had a blind date today. That boy is Wang." Lin Xian says, "I am the one who had to cancel his engagement with Xiaoman." In the next scene, we see both of them at the police station, where Xiaoman was telling the police officer, "This boy forcibly entered my house and was telling me to break the engagement, and in return, he was also offering to give me 10 million. He seems to be from some fake organization to me." Just then, Lin Xian says, "This girl is lying. I did not enter her house forcibly. In fact, her relatives brought me inside the house. And my grandpa and her grandpa had fixed our engagement, but I don't want to be in a relationship with her, and to break the engagement, I offered to give her 10 million. Hearing this, Xiaoman says, "What nonsense are you talking about? Such a bad story isn't even written in novels these days." The police officer gets all of Lin Xian's information and states, he is not from any fake organization, nor has he ever committed any crime before. Whatever happened between the two of them, the police officers call it a misunderstanding and tell them, "This is just a misunderstanding. Please leave." Now, Lin Xian was going back to his home very happily because he was thinking that now everything is fine. He has also broken his engagement. As soon as he gets in the car, he gets a call from his grandpa, who, in anger, shouts at him saying, "I told you to go there and marry that girl and you are there creating problems for me." Lin Xian tells him, "I have a very important meeting tomorrow, so I can't stay in this village any longer." But Grandpa gets very angry at him and says, "If you don't want to get married, then you are no longer the general manager of the Lin company, so now you don't need to come back. Now you stay there in the village." Just then, Lin Xian's assistant says, "I had already packed all your things." And he takes out Lin Xian's bag, puts it outside, says, "Good luck," to him, and leaves from there. Because he also couldn't go against his boss, that is, Lin Xian's grandpa. Xiaoman was asking her parents, "Did my grandpa fix any engagement for me?" To which Dad reveals, "Yes, that happened." Hearing this, everyone is a little shocked. Just then, their eyes fall on Lin Xian, who was standing alone on the road. He didn't even have any place to stay. Just then, Xiaoman's dad asks him, "Are you the same boy with whom my dad fixed my daughter's engagement?" He says, "Yes, I am the one." Then he asks them, "Can I get a hotel to stay here?" To this, Dad says, "Yes, the nearest hotel here is in the town on this side." Hearing this, Lin Xian immediately says, "Thank you" to them, and leaves from there. Just then, Xiaoman's mom says to her dad, "You told him the nearest hotel to our village is in the town on this side, but why didn't you tell him that it is 50 kilometers away from here? He will get tired even before reaching there." But Dad says, "I was about to tell him, but he left before I could speak." Mom shouts from behind and tells Lin Xian, "The hotel is very far from here, you can't go on foot," but he doesn't listen to anyone. The next scene is shown at night, where Lin Xian has to come back to their house. He was so tired that he was so thirsty that he couldn't quench his thirst even after drinking water. Just then, Xiaoman asks him, "You went to the hotel, right? Then what have you come here to do?" At this question, Lin Xian thinks to himself, "What does she think? Have I come here happily?" Then he tells them, "I walked for a very long distance, but I couldn't find the hotel anywhere. I couldn't walk anymore, so I came back here." Hearing this, Xiaoman starts laughing, but Mom was feeling bad for him. Mom invites him for dinner, but Lin Xian immediately refuses. "No, I am not hungry." But in reality, his stomach was growling from hunger. Hearing which, Mom says, "I will bring something for you to eat right now." After having dinner, Dad brings Lin Xian to a room which was quite old. Dad treats him very nicely and says, "Consider this your own home." But looking at the room, Lin Xian was thinking, "Why are these people telling me to stay in the storeroom?" Then Dad also starts cleaning that room, but Xiaoman says, "You let it be, I will clean it. You go to your room and rest." While leaving, he says to Lin Xian, "If you need anything, do let us know." Then Xiaoman starts cleaning the room. Seeing her, Lin Xian says, "It's so dirty here. How will I sleep here? And why have you people kept such a dirty blanket here?" Hearing which, Xiaoman says, in a bit of anger, "So should I build a palace for you to stay in? Why don't you go to a hotel? This is my grandpa's room, and you only have permission to stay in it for tonight. Get lost from here as soon as morning comes." Lin Xian asks, "Your parents are treating me so well, then what problem do you have with me?" Xiaoman says, "If you are here because of our engagement, then I will break it soon. Then you don't need to come here." Hearing this, Lin Xian also becomes quite happy. Then she leaves from there without cleaning his room, saying, now you clean it yourself. But Lin Xian had never cleaned before. But still, he tries to clean a little, thinking, I'll make a place to lie down here tonight. But there was so much dust there that he didn't feel like cleaning. He thinks, what was my grandpa's relation with these people that he sent me here to be tortured? Then, instead of cleaning, he sits on top of his suitcase, and sitting there, he falls asleep. When he opens his eyes in the morning, for a second he gets lost in thought about how he came to this place, but then he remembers what kind of trouble he is in. Then he goes outside and starts brushing. Just then he sees Xiao Man. He was about to suggest breaking their engagement. But before that, Xiao Man gives him soap to wash his face. Seeing the soap, Lin Xian thinks, is this girl crazy giving me soap for face wash? Just then, Xiao Man hears her mom's voice who is telling Dad, it's a good thing Lin Xian came to our house first yesterday, otherwise your sister has been bothering us. Xiao Man goes to them and starts asking, what exactly happened? Just then, the aunt comes shouting with Wang and says to Mom, you people will have to explain all this to me. How dare you people insult me in front of everyone? I brought such a good boy for your daughter. Wang is a very good boy. He even likes your Xiao Man. That boy from the city is not good at all. He won't even work in the fields. Seeing her mom and dad being insulted, Xiao Man feels very bad. So she brings a lot of soil and throws it on them and says, how dare you insult my parents? But it wasn't Wang's fault at all. He says, I like you. If you realize your mistake and break your engagement with that wild man, I will still marry you. By then, Lin Xian reaches there, and hearing Wang's words asks, who are you calling a wild man? Wang points his finger at him and says, I'm talking to you. Who else would I talk to? Seeing this, Lin Xian grabs his finger and breaks it and says, so now tell me, who were you calling wild? Wang asks him to let go of his finger, saying, I was calling myself wild. Please let me go. Lin Xian lets him go. Seeing this, Xiao Man thinks to herself, well, this boy has some courage. Then Lin Xian grabs Xiao Man, takes her to the side and says softly, I have seen enough of your family drama. Now tell me when you will end this engagement. Xiao Man was thinking about how to handle these things. At the same time, her parents were also forcing her to get married. Just then, she gets an idea and she starts shouting loudly, yes, okay, I am ready to live with you. At first, I wanted a divorce from you, but now I don't want to do anything like that. Hearing which, Lin Xian is also surprised and asks, what are you saying? Have you gone mad? Just then, Xiao Man slowly says to him, I will help you break the engagement, but you will have to help me in this drama of mine. Otherwise, my parents will keep arranging blind dates for me like this. Lin Xian says, do I look like an actor to you, to act with you? And this is your family matter, you handle it alone. To which Xiao Man says, if you don't help me, I won't help you break the engagement either. After hearing Xiao Man's words, her mom also announces in front of the village people, Lin Xian is our son-in-law. She is about to tell Lin Xian's name, but she doesn't even know his name. Hearing which, the aunt says, look, she is calling him her son-in-law, whose name she doesn't even know. This is all fake. But by then, Lin Xian had changed his mind. He holds Xiao Man and says to all the villagers, Xiao Man is my fiancé, so now you people should stop arranging blind dates for her. Then he softly says to Xiao Man, I can't support you in this drama for long, so you will have to do something soon. Xiao Man asks for a few weeks' time, stating, if we break our relationship so soon, people will think it was all fake. Now Lin Xian had no other option, so he agrees to Xiao Man's words. Now that there was a cooperation between the two of them, Xiao Man comes to help him clean his room. But instead of helping her, Lin Xian was just standing there like a boss and giving her orders. Xiao Man was getting very angry seeing this. First, we gave him a place to stay in our house, and on top of that, look at his attitude. But what could she do now? So she takes out all the broken things from that room and asks, tell me, is everything else okay? Just then, Lin Xian says, no, can't you see how many cobwebs are in this room? You will have to clean all of them. Xiao Man was getting very angry at him, but controlling herself, she brings a ladder and thinks, well, it's okay, it's a small task. I will do it quickly. She climbs the ladder, and just then, she accidentally steps on Lin Xian's hand. In the process of moving his hand, he shakes the entire ladder, because of which Xiao Man falls on top of him. This moment was quite awkward for Xiao Man. She thinks, I had a feeling something like this would happen. And Lin Xian was thinking to himself, this girl did all this deliberately to take revenge on me. Just then, Xiao Man's mom comes to ask Lin Xian if he needs anything. Just then, she sees the two of them so close that she thinks she might have come at the wrong time. So she immediately closes the door and goes outside. The entire room had been cleaned, but due to the dust, Lin Xian's whole body started itching, so Xiao Man tells him, apply some medicine. She says, you must be allergic to dust, otherwise nothing like this happened to me. Lin Xian comes to her room and sees that in their entire house, only Xiao Man's room has an AC. When he asks, Xiao Man tells him, my parents like to sleep with the window open, but I don't. That's why my room has an AC. To this, Lin Xian says, can you get an AC installed in my room too? But Xiaoman refuses, saying, you have come here for a short time, so be grateful that you got a place to stay. Then, where Lin Xian was itching, Xiaoman starts applying medicine. She was applying the medicine quite gently, at which Lin Xian thinks, I wish your tongue was as gentle as you are applying this medicine. Just then, Xiaoman says, take off your shirt, I'll apply medicine on the other places too. At her request, Lin Xian takes off his shirt, but he was feeling a little shy in front of Xiaoman. So he says, let it be now. There's no need to apply medicine here. She also understood why he was saying that. So she says, I will close my eyes and apply the medicine, because this is a very effective medicine for itching, and if you don't apply it, you will keep itching like this. Then Lin Xian also agrees, and Xiaoman closes her eyes and starts applying medicine to him, and Lin Xian was telling her, apply the medicine right here. Then he says, thank you for the medicine, to her, and leaves from there. The next morning, we see Lin Xian, who was sitting with his food and thinks, well, now I can eat something in peace. Just then, a friend of Xiaoman, Haozi, also sees him. He thinks that at this time, Xiaoman's family would have gone to work in the fields. After they left, who is this who has entered their house? He thinks, I will catch him and later tell Xiaoman. Here, as soon as Lin Xian goes to eat, Haozi goes and catches him. But after a while, we see that Lin Xian is holding Haozi. Both of them are thinking of each other as thieves. Lin Xian says, how did you suddenly enter this house, and how dare you attack me? Meanwhile, Lin Xian says, you are a thief. You came here to steal food. I will not spare you. I will catch you and parade you all over the village. A fight was about to start between them when Xiaoman goes there and stops them. Haozi says, it's a good thing you came. A thief has entered your house. Look, I have caught him. Xiaoman, not wanting to, tells him, he is not a thief, he's my fiancé. Hearing this, Haozi is quite surprised. He asks, when did he become your fiancé? What has happened to your eyes? How did you make him your fiancé? This boy doesn't look good at all. But after some time, these two together tell him their whole story. To which he says, oh, so your engagement was fixed by both your grandpas. To this, they both nod their heads in agreement. He says, Xiaoman hasn't even been in a relationship with anyone yet, and suddenly you became her fiancé. Hearing this, Lin Xian thinks to himself, oh, so I have also never been in a relationship, and neither has she. Then both of them start acting like a best and loving couple in front of Haozi. Seeing which, Haozi was very shocked. But then what could he say? So he quietly leaves. As he leaves, these two also separate from each other. The next morning, Lin Xian goes to the field for jogging. By now, everyone in the village had recognized him as Xiaoman's fiancé. That's why an uncle, giving him fresh vegetables, says, give these to Xiaoman. She likes fresh vegetables. Going a little further, another auntie also gives him vegetables. They were giving him vegetables with so much love that Lin Xian had to take them even though he didn't want to. Then when he reaches home, Mom asks, oh, you brought so many vegetables. Who gave them to you? Come, have breakfast with us. He sits there, and as soon as he takes off his sunglasses, seeing his dark circles, Xiaoman's dad asks, did you not sleep well last night? Then we are shown a flashback scene where Lin Xian had woken up at night and gone to the washroom when he accidentally saw Xiaoman bathing, and that's why Xiaoman had punched him. In the present, both of them were feeling quite embarrassed. Then, at Mom's request, Lin Xian comes to help Xiaoman with her work in the fields. But coming there, he is sitting comfortably and enjoying himself, and Lin Xian is busy working alone. She goes to him and says, are you here on vacation? He says, I have come here with you, isn't that enough? Seeing his attitude, Xiaoman thinks to herself, he's showing such an attitude as if he is the president of some big company. But she couldn't force Lin Xian to work either, so she goes to work alone. Meanwhile, Lin Xian was thinking, I don't know how Grandpa is handling the company alone. I wish he would call me back. Just then, some of his company's staff come to get some documents signed, whom Lin Xian himself had called here, because he couldn't come to the company. After the staff leaves from there, he asks Xiaoman, when will we go back home? At this, Xiaoman gets very angry, thinking, he's so restless to go home, as if he had to do all the work here. But she says to Lin Xian, if you want to go home, then go. I still have work here. But he didn't want to go home alone, so he sits there. Just then, he gets a call from Lu Hao, who says to him, when are you breaking your engagement and coming back to the city? Then we are shown a flashback scene where Lu Hao was telling Lin Xian, I like you, and I also want to be your business partner, but you are someone else's fiancé. I can't tolerate this. That's why you have to break your engagement. In the present, Lin Xian ends the call saying, I will leave her and come back soon. Haozi had also heard this. He thinks, does this boy want to harm Xiaoman? If so, I will absolutely not let this happen. Then he says to Lin Xian, would you also like to learn how to work in the fields? To this, Lin Xian says, yes. In the second scene, we see Xiaoman coming towards the fields with a tractor. Just then, she sees Lin Xian, who was very casually throwing seeds in the fields. Xiaoman gets very angry at him. She says, he has ruined all my seeds. I haven't even plowed the fields yet. She shouts and tells Lin Xian, stop doing this work. But he wasn't listening at all. He says, yes, I have done all the work. At this, Xiaoman angrily chases him with the tractor, and Lin Xian was running ahead saying, hey, do you want to kill me? I was helping you. And seeing this scene, Haozi was having a lot of fun because he was the one who had asked Lin Xian to do this. Just then, a girl comes to their village whose name is Jingwen. Haozi is very happy to see her and says, hey, when did you come back? You should have told me. I would have come to pick you up. He also tells Xiaoman about Jingwen. Seeing her, she is also happy. Then Xiaoman invites Jingwen to her house for dinner, and they all sit together and eat. The three of them were busy talking among themselves, but Lin Xian was sitting quietly and thinking, I helped her in the fields today, but she chased me so much with the tractor. But later he finds out that he has wasted all of Xiaoman's seeds. That's why he comes to her room at night and says to Xiaoman, I'm sorry. She also forgives him. Then Lin Xian says to her, I have heard that you were a topper in your school. Then you should go to the city and get a good job. Why are you still staying in this village? Xiaoman says, this is my hometown. I have my fields here. I like working in the fields, and the peace that is in our village cannot be in the city at all. To this, Lin Xian says, okay, by the way, you drive the tractor quite well, but never drive it behind me again. Saying this, he leaves. When he comes to his room, he finds Jingwen's earring in his jacket. He thinks, how did this get to me? The next morning, we see Jingwen, whom Haozi calls over and gives her an air purifier, saying, you have come from the city, so you might have an allergy to dust. So this air purifier will be useful for you. To this, Jingwen says, thank you, to him and also praises him. You're very nice, your girlfriend will be really lucky. But Haozi liked her, so he asks, do you have a boyfriend yet? She says, not yet. I want to marry a rich boy, so I haven't found a suitable boy yet. Hearing this, Haozi feels a little bad. Then he says, come on, I'll deliver this air purifier to your house. Then he takes out an earring and gives it to her, saying, Xiaoman gave this to me. Then we see Xiaoman, who was working with her dad. She had dried a lot of seeds that had gotten wet. On the other side, Lin Xian was wandering around trying to find a signal. Just then, Jingwen comes to him. So Lin Xian tells her, Xiaoman is not at home right now. They have gone to the fields. But Jingwen says, I have come here to meet you, not Xiaoman. I had some air purifiers with me that are of no use to me, so I have come to give them to you. Lin Xian quietly takes them and says, thank you, and leaves from there. Then we are shown a flashback scene where Jingwen had seen Lin Xian at a conference meeting, which means she knows that Lin Xian is a very rich man. That's why she is planning to marry him, and she has come to this village for him. Just then, it starts raining very heavily, so Lin Xian starts worrying about Xiaoman and her parents. Are they okay? Should I go and check on them? Over there, Xiaoman's parents were in a lot of trouble. The wind was very strong, so people couldn't even control themselves. They were trying to gather all the things, but due to the strong wind and rain, everything was scattered here and there. Just then, Lin Xian reaches there and helps all of them. He covers the seeds properly. Then Xiaoman tells him, go and see Dad. What has happened to him? Dad had got some injuries due to slipping. So Lin Xian immediately picks him up on his back and brings him to the hospital. Xiaoman was sitting there very worried, but Lin Xian explains to her, don't worry, your dad has got some minor injuries, so he will be in the hospital for some time. Just then, he finds out that Xiaoman's condition is also bad. She had a very high fever, so he immediately picks her up and brings her home and sits by her side and takes care of her. Then, when Xiaoman opens her eyes, she starts asking, what about my dad? He says, your mom and dad are both absolutely fine. You just have a little fever, so take these medicines and you will also be fine. Xiaoman thinks to herself, this boy is not as bad as I thought. Then he gives her medicine, tells her, get some rest, and leaves. The next day, Lin Xian comes alone to work in the fields so that he can help them a little. Just then, Haozi sees him and thinks, what happened to him today? Why is he working here? He comes to Lin Xian and asks, are you digging someone's grave here? Lin Xian tells him, I have come to do farming. When he sees him working, he also helps him. He teaches him well how to do the work. Then he asks Lin Xian, why didn't Xiaoman come today? Lin Xian tells him, Uncle got hurt and Xiaoman has a fever. That's why I have come here to work. Hearing this, Haozi gets a little worried and says, Xiaoman has a fever? You should have told me earlier. He immediately runs from there to Xiaoman's house and asks her, what happened to you? She says, yesterday, due to the storm and rain, Dad got hurt and I also got a slight fever, but now everything is fine. Hearing this, Haozi relaxes a little. Then he says, what happened to Lin Xian today? He has an allergy to dust. Then how did he end up working in the field? Hearing this, Xiaoman is shocked because she didn't know about this. she immediately starts to go to see Lin Xian, but Hyozi says, "You rest. I have told him how to do the work." Then Xiaoman tells him, "Bring the water bottle that is in Lin Xian's room." When Hyozi goes to Lin Xian's room, he sees the same air purifier that he had given to Jingwen. He thinks, "I gave this to Jingwen. Then how did it get here?" Here, Lin Xian was still busy working in the field when Jingwen comes to him, very well dressed, and says to him, "Can I help you with something?" Lin Xian says, "The way you have dressed up, I don't think you should work like this." But still, she offers to help him. On the other side, Hyozi was also standing and watching both of them. Just then, Jingwen pretends to be scared of a bug so that Lin Xian will come to help her. But Lin Xian says, "I myself am scared of it. You can call someone else for your help." Then Jingwen, while leaving from there, was thinking, "I have to make a good plan to impress this boy." Just then, Hyozi suddenly comes in front of her and asks about the air purifier. "I gave that to you. Then how did it end up with Lin Xian?" So Jingwen lies, "I gave it to Xiaoman." He also believes her and thinks, maybe Xiaoman gave it to Lin Xian. Then we see a night scene where Lin Xian was bathing when Xiaoman also comes there because she didn't know that Lin Xian was there. She had come there to get a towel. Just then, Lin Xian puts his hand out and starts to take the same towel, and their hands touch each other. When Xiaoman sees him without clothes, she screams and steps back. She immediately closes her eyes. Lin Xian also immediately covers himself with a towel and starts to leave. Just then, Xiaoman's foot slips and she is about to fall, but Lin Xian catches her and saves her. And in the process, he accidentally kisses Xiaoman on the forehead. After this, Xiaoman immediately leaves from there. But Lin Xian was standing there thinking, "Why has my heartbeat become so fast? Could it be that I am starting to like her?" The next morning, Xiaoman's dad tells her, Lin Xian has gone to get fertilizers. Hearing this, Xiaoman thinks to herself, he will definitely mess something up. On the other side, we see Lin Xian bringing fertilizers, who was coming very cheerfully with his earbuds in. And because of this, he didn't even realize that on the way, he was dropping one bag after another. The villagers were also calling out to him, saying, "You are dropping your things," but due to the earbuds, he couldn't hear anything. After a while, he reaches home and was showing off as if he had done a great job. Just then, Mom asks him, "Son, didn't you tie the bags with a rope?" He says, "I brought them tied." Just then, he turns back and realizes that he has dropped more than half of the bags on the way. Xiaoman gets very angry at him. But Mom says, "It's okay. We will order them again." But Lin Xian, seeing Xiaoman's angry red face, says, "Okay, don't be angry. They must be lying on the way. I will go and get them again." He goes back and fortunately finds all the bags lying on the road. Just then, he looks in the mirror and sees Xiaoman's face. He starts thinking, "Why am I seeing her everywhere?" In the next scene, we see Xiaoman cooking, where Lin Xian was also helping her. After some time, Xiaoman makes him taste her dish, which after tasting, Lin Xian says, "This is very tasty." Hearing this, Xiaoman is very happy and gets back to cooking, and Lin Xian was just sitting and watching her. The next day, Xiaoman brings Lin Xian to a secret base of hers. Xiaoman had decorated that place quite well. Xiaoman tells him, "You are the first person I have brought here and who knows about this?" Lin Xian asks, "Did you decorate all this?" She says, "Yes, I want to make a fish pond here, but don't tell my parents about it because if they find out, they will think she is just wasting her time." Hearing this, Lin Xian thinks to himself, she doesn't even know how intelligent she is. Just then, Lin Xian accidentally turns on the shower there. Xiaoman goes to turn it off, but suddenly her foot slips, but Lin Xian saves her, and they both look at each other very intently. Then Xiaoman frees herself and turns off that button, which also turns off the shower. Then Xiaoman thinks, why was he looking at me so intently? While Lin Xian was thinking, I hope she didn't feel bad. On the other side, we see a new character, Zifeng, who is Xiaoman's classmate and has come to this village today. Xiaoman and Lin Xian were coming back home, but both were feeling quite awkward. Because of this, they were not talking to each other. Lin Xian was thinking to himself, what does she think about me? If she likes me, can't she give me a hint so that I can propose to her? And Lin Xian had also taken a rose to propose to her. That is, he was fully prepared. Just then, Xiaoman's eyes fall on Zifeng. They were both very excited to see each other. That is, they had been very good friends. But Lin Xian was getting very jealous seeing Zifeng. Xiaoman asks him, how did you come back to the village after so many years? Zifeng says, I have come for you. Also, there is a project for which I have to get pictures of this village published in a magazine. I have also come to shoot for it. Then he asks about Lin Xian. Who is he? Xiaoman was about to say that he is my friend. But before that, Lin Xian says, I am her fiancé. Hearing this, Zifeng doesn't feel good. He says to Xiaoman, you got engaged and didn't even tell me. Xiaoman says, it's a long story. I will explain it to you later. Come, I will take you to the village. They both go ahead. Xiaoman forgets Lin Xian. He comes behind them and was thinking to himself, why is she so happy with him? He is just her classmate. Xiaoman takes Zifeng on her scooter and leaves from there. Just then Haozi comes there and he puts Lin Xian on his scooter and goes after them. Xiaoman was telling Zifeng well about the village, where he should post the pictures in the magazine, where the scenery is the best. Meanwhile, Lin Xian was also coming behind her, and seeing Xiaoman with Zifeng, he was getting very jealous. Xiaoman was busy telling him about her village, but Zifeng was looking at her very intently, from which it seems that Zifeng also likes Xiaoman. Then when Xiaoman was coming back with Zifeng, they meet Jingwen. First, Xiaoman hugs her. Then she introduces Zifeng to her. This is my college friend. Jingwen says, oh, so you are Zifeng. Xiaoman has told me about you many times. Just then, Xiaoman sees an auntie who needed help. So Xiaoman goes to help her. They were both watching her from a distance. Just then, Jingwen says to Zifeng, if you get a girl like Xiaoman, you won't need anything else. Hearing which, he is also surprised, so Jingwen says to him, you two are absolutely suitable for each other. Actually, she wanted to tell Zifeng to confess his feelings to Xiaoman, so that her path for Lin Xian would be clear. In the second scene, Zifeng is at Xiaoman's house. They are all sitting together and eating. Zifeng was praising her food a lot. Meanwhile, Lin Xian was getting very angry seeing him. So he says to Zifeng, if you are so close to Xiaoman, then why don't you consider uncle and auntie as your godparents? To this, Xiaoman also says, yes, this way my parents will also get a son. Lin Xian was forcibly trying to make Zifeng Xiaoman's brother, for which Zifeng was not at all ready. Just then, Lin Xian is giving him hot tea, which Zifeng deliberately spills on his hand. That's why Xiaoman takes him with her to apply medicine on his hand. She applies medicine on his hand. By then, Lin Xian also reaches there, and to keep Xiaoman away from Zifeng, he says to her, you go outside, mom is calling you. Xiaoman leaves from there, and behind her, Lin Xian also leaves. In the next scene, Zifeng was teaching Xiaoman how to sketch, which they were both enjoying a lot. Meanwhile, Lin Xian was standing far away watching all this. He was getting angry seeing it. He just thinks of an idea to separate the two of them and says to Xiaoman, aren't we going to work in the field today? But Xiaoman says, no, there is no work in the field today. After this, he reminds Xiaoman of many other tasks so that she can stay away from Zifeng, but Xiaoman says that she has no work today. Then Xiaoman asks him to skate with her, but Lin Xian says with an attitude, no, I am not interested in it. Then we see a night scene where Xiaoman is looking for her skateboard. She asks Mom, have you seen my skateboard anywhere? And where has Lin Xian gone? Mom says, I haven't seen the skateboard, and Lin Xian just went out. He said he is going to the canteen. On the other side, we see Lin Xian, who was learning to skate so that he could teach Xiaoman to skate instead of Zifeng, and Zifeng would stay away from him. But Lin Xian himself doesn't know how to skate at all, but still, he was trying, but then he falls. By then, Xiaoman had also reached there looking for him. Seeing him, Lin Xian starts trying to hide there, but then Xiaoman calls him, because of which he gets caught. She asks him, what are you doing here? Just then, she sees a skateboard lying there and understands that Lin Xian had come there to skate. That's why she starts laughing and says, oh, so you came here to skate. For Lin Xian, it was a very embarrassing moment. That's why he quietly gets up and walks away. But Xiaoman was laughing a lot at him because, at first, he wasn't interested in it, and now he is secretly learning to skate. The next morning, Zifeng comes ready because he had to do photography of the village people. Xiaoman was also going with him, so Lin Xian also comes with him. Zifeng says, I am going to take photos of the village people, and you are not from this village, right? To which Lin Xian says, anyway, I have no work today, so I will go with you people. Then they all come to the location where they had to click photos, where the first model is Xiaoman. There, Zifeng had no assistant to help him. That's why he asks Lin Xian for help, but he ignores him as if he didn't hear Zifeng's words. Seeing this, everyone else also thinks what happened to Lin Xian. Just then, Haozi says to Zifeng, can I help you? But he refuses, saying, no, I have to take your pictures too, so I don't want you to be busy setting up the camera here. Then Xiaoman convinces Lin Xian to help Zifeng. So Zifeng says, if he doesn't want to, then let it be. I will call my assistant and ask him to come. By the way, it will take him a couple of days to come, so I will have to stay here until then. But Lin Xian didn't want that. He thinks that he should finish his photography as soon as possible and leave from here. That's why he agrees to help him. Zifeng tells him, I have set the camera. You just click good pictures. I am going to tell Xiaoman good poses. Lin Xian starts handling the camera, and he goes to Xiaoman and makes her pose. And in the process, he gets very close to Xiaoman, which Lin Xian did not like at all. That's why he holds Xiaoman's hand and starts taking her away from there. But Zifeng stops him and says, what are you doing? We haven't even clicked our photos yet. They were both holding Xiaoman's hand. Then Xiaoman moves away from them and says to Lin Xian, I know you are pretending to be in love with me, but this photo shoot is very important for our village. So now let me do the photo shoot properly. If you have any problem, then leave from here. After listening to her words, Lin Xian lets her go for the photo shoot, and he himself goes and sits far away. Seeing the two of them, he was still getting angry, but still, he controls himself. While shooting, suddenly Zifeng's foot slips, and he falls into the water. On the other side, Xiaoman says to Lin Xian, what are you standing and watching? Go and help Zifeng. To this, Lin Xian says, sorry, but I don't know how to swim. Xiaoman also gets angry hearing this because the way he was speaking, it was clear that he was lying. Then they all come home. It was night by the time they came home. Due to falling in the water, Zifeng was feeling cold, so he was sitting covered up and says to Lin Xian, I know you don't like me, but if I was in trouble, you should have helped me. You shouldn't have hurt me like this. Lin Xian says, when did I hurt you? You fell into the water yourself. I didn't push you. To this, Zifeng says, yes, I fell myself, but you could have saved me. So Lin Xian says, you yourself said that your camera is more important to you. So I thought it was more important to save your important thing, this camera. You should be thanking me, and you are fighting with me. Then he starts telling Xiaoman to remove Zifeng from his bed because he wanted to sleep on his bed. But Xiaoman says, can't you give him your bed for tonight? His condition is so bad. Zifeng also takes advantage of this opportunity and lies down on the bed. Lin Xian also couldn't forcibly remove him, so he gets angry and goes out of the room. Then they all sit together and have dinner, where Zifeng was getting very special treatment, which Lin Xian did not like at all. He says to Zifeng, eat whatever you want to eat, otherwise you will go back to the city tomorrow. Then you won't get to taste dinner made by Xiaoman. Zifeng gets angry at his words because he didn't want to leave from here, but he couldn't say this. Then Jingwen asks everyone to drink together, for which everyone else agrees. But Lin Xian did not drink, because he couldn't handle it. Just then, Haozi gets an important call and he leaves from there. After this, Jingwen and Zifeng start drinking. Zifeng was drinking while looking at Lin Xian in such a way as if he was challenging him that I can drink but you can't. This also hurts Lin Xian's ego, and he also starts drinking with Zifeng. Seeing them like this, Xiaoman couldn't understand anything about how a drinking competition suddenly started between the two of them. While drinking, Lin Xian gets very drunk and rests his head on Xiaoman's shoulder. Seeing this, Zifeng was getting very angry, and Jingwen also didn't like that he was so close to Xiaoman. After that, all these people pick up Lin Xian and take him to his room. Xiaoman says, I told him not to drink, but this boy doesn't listen to anyone. Lin Xian is laid on the bed and Xiaoman sits there and starts taking care of him. Seeing this, Zifeng and Jingwen did not like it at all. Then Xiaoman says to both of them, you guys also go to your homes. And Zifeng, you have to go back to the city tomorrow, right? Zifeng says, yes, you will come to see me off, right? Just then, Lin Xian holds her hand and makes her sit next to him and, in a drunken state, asks her, when are we ending this act? I don't understand which of my feelings for you are real and which are fake. Hearing these things, they were both quite surprised about what Lin Xian was saying. Then after some time, when Xiaoman comes out, Jingwen asks her, what is going on between you two? What was Lin Xian talking about just now? To this, Xiaoman says, whatever it is, I can't tell you right now. Then Jingwen also doesn't ask her about it and tells her, I once told you that I like someone. That boy is absolutely perfect in my eyes. I wanted to confess my feelings to him, but I saw that there are many girls around him, so I thought, why would he choose me? Do you know who that boy is? Xiaoman asks. Tell me who it is. Then Jingwen reveals. That boy is Lin Xian. Hearing which, Xiaoman feels a little strange. But then Jingwen says, whatever it was in the past. Right now, I am happy for both of you. But now Xiaoman was feeling a little bad for her, so she reveals, my and Lin Xian's relationship is fake. He was just acting as my fiancé. I was the one who asked him to do so that my parents would stop arranging blind dates for me. Hearing this, Jingwen becomes very happy and says, it's a good thing that your relationship is fake. Otherwise, both of you would have been hurt in the end. Because you like to live in the village and he lives in the city. Your worlds are completely different. She, in a way, makes Xiaoman realize that she is not perfect for Lin Xian, due to which Xiaoman gets a little hurt because now she too has started liking Lin Xian somewhere. The next morning, Zifeng sees Lin Xian working in the fields and says, now stop acting like you're farming. You're from the city. You wouldn't be interested in all these things at all. Lin Xian smiles and asks him, you were supposed to leave today, why didn't you go? Zifeng ignores this and says to him, I know you are just acting as Xiaoman's fiancé. He also reveals, I have liked Xiaoman since college, so stay away from her and leave from here. Lin Xian says, if you liked her, you shouldn't have gone away from her. After hearing this, Zifeng leaves from there. After finishing his work, when Lin Xian reaches home, Jingwen comes there. Seeing her, Lin Xian thinks, this trouble has come here again. Just then, Jingwen says, everything between you and Zifeng was fake, right? You are not his fiancé. Xiaoman told me all this. Hearing this, Lin Xian feels a little bad that how can she tell others about this? Does she have no feelings for me in her heart at all? Then he starts to leave from there without saying anything to Jingwen. Just then, Jingwen stops him and says, I have liked you for a long time. Can you give me a chance? But Lin Xian flatly refuses, which Xiaoman was also standing at a distance and listening to. Then, Xiaoman comes to the fields and starts doing her work. Just then, Lin Xian comes to talk to her, but she ignores him. So Lin Xian also feels bad, so he gets upset and starts to leave. Just then, Xiaoman stops him and says, you remember, right, that you still have to keep acting as my fiancé? He says, yes, I remember. He thinks to himself, I have fallen in love with her, and she is still asking me to act. Xiaoman was also getting a little angry, thinking, does he not have any feelings for her? All that he is doing is just an act. Both were angry at each other for this very reason, but neither of them had the courage to say that they had started to like each other. Just then, Mom comes running there. She seemed very worried. She tells Xiaoman that their dog has suddenly gone missing somewhere. That's why Xiaoman immediately leaves to find him. Lin Xian also goes after her to help her. They both search for the dog together, but he was nowhere to be found. After asking a person from the village, Xiaoman finds out that it has gone towards the jungle. That's why she goes towards the jungle to find her, where Xiaoman finds her dog. Along with her was a small puppy, but both of them were quite tired from walking so much. That's why she decides that they will both sit at her secret base and rest for a while. Then they both come to that place, and by then it had also gotten dark. Now by night, both of them get hungry, so Xiaoman brings some mushrooms to cook there. Seeing which, Lin Xian was thinking, Xiaoman has cooked these wild mushrooms. I wonder how they will taste. But when he tastes them, he likes the mushrooms very much, so he eats a little too much. After some time, when Xiaoman comes there, Lin Xian is in such a state as if he has been drinking. Xiaoman finds out that he has eaten raw mushrooms. That's why he is in this state. She asks him, how many mushrooms have you eaten? Do you even know that this can give you food poisoning? He starts counting on his fingers how many mushrooms he has eaten. At the same time, he says that their soup was very good. He was doing very strange things. Xiaoman thinks, how will I take him home in this condition? Lin Xian can't control his emotions now, and he starts saying, I don't like seeing you with Zifeng at all, and why have you been ignoring me for so many days? And with that, he also kisses Xiaoman. Xiaoman was quite surprised by his actions. Just then, he rests his head on her leg and falls asleep. Xiaoman thinks, I wish you had said these things to me when you were conscious. Then they both sleep there all night. In the morning, when Lin Xian's eyes open, he asks, what am I doing here? Xiaoman says, don't you remember anything yourself? He tries to remember. Just then, he gets a call from Lu Hao, which he doesn't receive. So Xiaoman asks, what happened? Why are you not receiving the call? Then he comes to the side and receives Lu Hao's call. Lu Hao says, where have you been for so many days? Don't tell me you have fallen in love with that girl. But Lin Xian doesn't give her any answer and cuts the call. Then they both start coming home, where on the way, Lin Xian was thinking, should I propose to Xiaoman now? And Xiaoman was thinking, why is he so quiet? What must he be thinking? But still, neither of them could say anything. They reach home, where Xiaoman goes and starts cooking. Jingwen also comes to help her. She asks Xiaoman, where were you and Lin Xian last night? Hearing this, Xiaoman remembers the scene when Lin Xian had kissed her. But then she comes out of her thoughts and tells Jingwen, yesterday in the jungle, Lin Xian had eaten poisonous food. That's why we stayed there all night. But seeing a sweet smile on Xiaoman's face, Jingwen was thinking that something must have happened between them last night. Then they all have dinner together, where everyone else thought that this was Zifeng's last dinner. But he was not going to leave from here yet. He had made a decision to make Xiaoman his girlfriend. Until he confesses his feelings to her, he is not going to leave from here. That's why he tells all of them, my camera is broken, because of which the pictures we took earlier were not saved. So now we will have to take all the pictures again. Hearing this, no one feels good, but then Mom says, okay, you stay here for a few days and take everyone's pictures before you go. To this, Zifeng says, why don't I stay at your house for a few days? To this, Dad says, but we don't have an extra room in our house. Just then, Haozi says to Zifeng, if you want, you can stay with me at my shop. To this, Jingwen says, no, your shop is very small. How will Zifeng be able to stay there? Then she says to Lin Xian, why don't you let him stay with you in your room? To this, Xiaoman also says, yes, now Zifeng will stay with him in his room, which Lin Xian did not like at all because they had made this decision themselves and had not even asked him. But Zifeng is very happy and immediately leaves to get his things. In a short while, with all his things, he shifts to Lin Xian's room. Seeing him here, Lin Xian was not feeling good at all, but he ignores him and was busy with his exercises. To which Zifeng says, why are you not saying anything. And by the way, I will be better for Xiaoman than you, and I will soon snatch her from you. Hearing which, Lin Xian also gets angry and says, how good I am or not, I don't need to prove it to you. And as for taking Xiaoman away from me, stop daydreaming. Saying this, he throws Zifeng out of his room and also throws his things out of his room. Then we are shown a flashback scene where Jingwen had said to Zifeng, if you leave from here, you will lose Xiaoman forever. But if you want to get Xiaoman back, you will have to stay close to her in her house, just like Lin Xian. That's why in the present, when Lin Xian has thrown Zifeng out of his room, he still doesn't leave from there. Instead, he sets up a tent for himself in that very place and starts waiting for Xiaoman to arrive so that he can get some sympathy from her. Just then, Xiaoman comes there and he immediately starts telling her that Lin Xian threw me out of the room. That's why I have to stay here. To this, Dad says, maybe his room is small, so he won't be comfortable. But Xiaoman gets angry that how can he treat our guest like this? That's why she brings Zifeng back to Lin Xian's room and says to him, he is our guest, so you will have to keep him in your room as long as he wants to stay here. Then she leaves from there, saying, don't create any more problems. Then Zifeng is very happy because Lin Xian couldn't say anything now. So he also gives him permission to sleep on his bed. But Zifeng couldn't even sleep properly. He keeps bothering Lin Xian all night, because of which he is not able to sleep properly, and he is getting angry at Xiaoman that she herself went to her room to sleep comfortably and left this trouble in my room. Just then, Zifeng also started snoring, annoyed by which Lin Xian comes out of his room and calls Xiaoman to come and listen to Zifeng's snores and says, tell me, how can I sleep like this? Hearing the sound of snoring, Xiaoman also thinks, yes, no one can sleep in this. Then he comes and sits in Xiaoman's room. Xiaoman says to him, will you sit here and stare at me all night? Go down and eat something. Anyway, there is only one bed in my room. Lin Xian says, if I can't sleep tonight, I won't let you sleep either. And if you don't want me to do that, then throw that Zifeng out of the house in the morning. Xiaoman says, he is our guest. We can't throw him out of the house like this. So Lin Xian says, then fine. As long as he stays here, he will bother me, and I will come to your room and bother you. To this, Xiaoman says, okay, I'll think of something about this. She lies down to think, but as soon as she lies down, she falls asleep. Lin Xian, sitting there, asks, what are you thinking? You have thought of it, right? But then he sees that Xiaoman has fallen asleep, and in her sleep she has removed her blanket. That's why he starts to cover her with the blanket. Just then, Xiaoman grabs him. Lin Xian tries to free himself from her, but Xiaoman was holding him very tightly. That's why Lin Xian also lies down there. The next morning, when Xiaoman's eyes open, she sees Lin Xian next to her and asks, what are you doing on my bed? So Lin Xian says, don't you remember what you did last night? At which Xiaoman remembers that last night, she was the one who held Lin Xian and stopped him here. So she starts to blush a little. Then when Lin Xian comes out of Xiaoman's room, Zifeng also sees him and gets a little worried and asks, what were you doing in Xiaoman's room? Lin Xian, to tease him, smiles and says, thank you. It's because of you that I was able to sleep in Xiaoman's room yesterday, and he leaves from there without saying anything else. Just then, a courier boy delivers something to Zifeng, but Zifeng had not ordered anything, so he thinks what could be in it. Just then, Lin Xian comes there and says, your camera was broken, right? So I ordered a new camera for you. Now quickly complete your photo shoot and leave from here. But Zifeng wanted an excuse to stay here, so he says, the weather is very bad right now. I won't get good photos in such weather. So, until the weather gets better, I can't do photography. Lin Xian was getting very angry at him because he was not even taking the name of leaving from here. Then Xiaoman brings Zifeng to show him her secret base as well, where Lin Xian was already present. Xiaoman tells Lin Xian, Zifeng needed a good place for photography, so I brought him here. But he gets angry at her and says, you said that this place would be a secret between us. Then why did you bring him here? But then Xiaoman explains to him that he will leave from here soon. Then Zifeng starts taking pictures of Xiaoman while she is farming, seeing which Lin Xian was getting jealous. That's why he thinks of an excuse to make him run away from here. He keeps spilling water on his shoes, to which Zifeng says something, so Lin Xian says, you are sitting in such a place, so what can I do? Then he takes Zifeng with him to bring fertilizer, for which he was not agreeing, but at Xiaoman's request, he goes. Reaching there, he finds out that those bags are very heavy. Seeing him, Lin Xian was very happy. He says to himself, well, it's a good thing. You also get to know that there are other things to do besides clicking photos. While coming from there, both of them start fighting for the driver's seat, and in the end, both of them sit in that seat. Then, at night, Zifeng says to Lin Xian, I will stay up all night and keep an eye on you so that you can't go to Xiaoman's room. This was a good thing for Lin Xian. He comfortably lies down on the bed and sleeps, and Zifeng keeps an eye on him all night while sitting on a chair. In the morning, Xiaoman asks Lin Xian to bring something to her room, When Lin Xian goes to her room to give it, Zifeng's eyes open. Not seeing Lin Xian in his room, he immediately starts looking for him here and there. Just then, he goes outside and sees that Lin Xian has come out of Xiaoman's room. He thinks that last night again, Lin Xian was in Xiaoman's room. Lin Xian also doesn't explain anything to him and leaves with a smile. Then Lin Xian's assistant comes to meet him and tells him, "When are you coming back to the company?" Because it's becoming very difficult for the chairman to handle the company. Just then, he remembers Lu Hao's words. She had said, "If you don't break the engagement with that girl and get engaged to me, then our company will terminate the agreement with your company. And you must know how much loss you will incur from this." This means that now Lin Xian has to make a decision quickly. Jingwen also finds out about Lu Hao and Lin Xian's conversation. She thinks Lin Xian has to take Lu Hao's help for his company's profit. This means he is not as rich as I thought. Just then, Haozi comes to her. He had brought a shirt to gift her. After giving it, he leaves quickly. But later, Lu Hao finds out that the shirt is very expensive. She thinks that Haozi is not that rich. Then why did he order such an expensive shirt for me? Then Haozi brings her a movie ticket and says, "I have some work at my shop, so I am giving this ticket to you so that you can go and enjoy with a good friend of yours." But Jingwen understood that he wanted to date her, but he couldn't say it directly. That's why she thinks of giving him a chance. She asks, "Will you go to the movies with me?" To which Haozi is very happy and immediately says yes. On the other side, Zifeng had also decided to propose to Xiaoman. Xiaoman comes to him and asks, "What happened? Why did you call me in such a hurry?" Just then, Zifeng says, "I have wanted to tell you something for many years. That is, I like you." Xiaoman also casually says, "Yes, I like you too. That's why we are best friends." But then, Zifeng explains well that he has started to love Xiaoman. To this, Xiaoman says, "I don't want to hurt you, but I have always considered you as my brother." So Zifeng asks, "You have started to like Lin Xian, haven't you?" This time, Xiaoman says yes. Zifeng says, "But you two were just acting, right? It might happen that he hurts you." But Xiaoman had trust in Lin Xian. So she says, "No, he can't do that." Lin Xian, standing at a distance, was also listening to their conversation, and hearing Xiaoman's words, he becomes very happy that she also likes him. Xiaoman starts to leave from Zifeng's side. Then Lin Xian suddenly comes in front of her and holds her hand, brings her a little closer, and kisses her on the forehead. Xiaoman also holds him and hugs him. This was a very peaceful moment for both of them. Seeing which, Zifeng also understood that I should not come between them. The next day, Xiaoman finds a note from Zifeng, in which he had written, "I am leaving and sorry that I couldn't say goodbye to you." Then we see Zifeng, who was leaving the village. Just then, Xiaoman comes running there and shouts goodbye to him from a distance. Zifeng had also heard her voice, and he was feeling a little relaxed, and he also shouts goodbye to Xiaoman. In the next scene, we see Xiaoman cooking, and she was saying, "Yesterday, Lin Xian proposed to her, and now we have become a happy couple. At first, he used to be just a rude boss. Besides business, his life had no other purpose. But after coming to our village, he realized how beautiful life is, which he wants to spend here with me." Then she prepares lunch and goes to the fields where Lin Xian was still farming. Seeing Xiaoman, he quickly washes his hands and comes, and they both sit and have lunch. Then we see that Lin Xian's grandpa has come to the village, about which Lin Xian did not know yet. He was feeling very good after coming to the village. He says to his assistant, "I have come here. Don't tell Lin Xian about this and don't follow me either." Then he first comes to his friend's grave and, while talking to him, says, "I have come here only for you. Your village is still as beautiful as it was before." Xiaoman was passing by there when her eyes fall on Grandpa. She immediately comes to him and asks, "When did you come here?" We are shown a flashback scene where Lin Xian's grandpa had come here before. Just then, Xiaoman comes to him and asks, "What are you doing at my grandpa's grave?" He says, "I and your grandpa used to be very good friends." At the same time, when he sees Xiaoman, he thinks of making her his granddaughter-in-law. Grandpa was feeling a little hungry, so Xiaoman starts taking him to her house for lunch. On the way, she says to Lin Xian, "I am going home with Grandpa. Come when you're free." Lin Xian is a little shocked to see the two of them. How do they know each other? Xiaoman brings Grandpa home, where her parents also treat him very well. Just then, Lin Nian goes there and asks Grandpa, "How did you suddenly come here?" At this, they are all shocked because they did not know that he was Lin Nian's grandpa. Xiaoman asks, "What? He is your grandpa?" After staying for a while, Grandpa was about to go back to the city. He asks Lin Dian, "How did you find Xiaoman?" Lin Jian says, "You were absolutely right. She is a very good girl. I will always keep her happy." Then Grandpa leaves from there. In the next scene, we see Xiaoman applying a cream on Lin Xian's hand because his hand started to hurt due to working in the fields. In the meantime, they both come very close and kiss each other. Just then, Mom calls them for dinner. Then we see Jingwen and Haozi, who had returned today after visiting the city. Haozi was repeatedly getting calls from Lin Xian. Haozi tells him, Lin Xian has ordered some decoration items to propose to Xiaoman. I'll go and give them to him now. Otherwise, he will keep calling me again and again. But Jingwen thinks, Lin Xian is going to get engaged to Lu Hao. Is he trying to hurt or cheat on Xiaoman? Whatever it is, I will not let Xiaoman get hurt. That's why she calls Lu Hao. And the next day, she also goes to meet her. Jingwen tells her, Lin Xian is going to propose to my friend, but I know that you two are already having an affair. That's why I don't want my friend to get hurt because of you two. To this, Lu Hao says, I will give you 5 million if you break up their engagement. This way, your friend will also be saved from coming between us, and you will also benefit. That's why Jingwen also agrees to her words. Then she comes to Xiaoman with a gift for her. Xiaoman says, Did you go to the city? Jingwen says, Yes, I went to meet my boyfriend. Then she hugs her and thinks to herself, I am doing all this for your benefit, so please forgive me. Then we see Lin Xian, who had decorated the secret base very well, in which Haozi was also helping him. He asks Lin Xian, Are you sure that Lin Xian will agree? To this, Lin Xian says, Yes, I am 100% sure. After knowing this, Haozi says to him, Xiaoman is my childhood friend, so in the future, you treat her well. Otherwise, there will be no one worse for you than me. Then, they both sit together and enjoy a drink. By then, Jingwen also comes there. Haozi tells Lin Xian that I have also told Jingwen about your proposal, and she will also keep it a secret. Jingwen had brought dinner for both of them there. Then everyone sits together and eats. At the same time, Lin Xian and Haozi also drink a lot, after which Jingwen and Haozi leave from there. But after some time when Lin Xian was drunk and asleep, Jingwen comes there. She looks at Lin Xian and says, You and Lu Hao together want to hurt Xiaoman, but I will not let that happen. She takes off some of her clothes and sits very close to him, and also takes off Lin Xian's shirt. In the morning, when Lin Xian's eyes open, he thinks, How did I fall asleep here? Just then, Haozi comes there and says, Xiaoman is worried about you. You didn't go home since last night, so she is looking for you. You should go home quickly. He says to Haozi, You stay here. I will bring Xiaoman here right now. Here, Xiaoman was preparing breakfast when Jingwen comes to her and asks her where Lin is. Xiaoman says, He had a drink last night, so he stayed at Haozi's house. To this, Jingwen says, No, he was lying. And you wanted to know who my boyfriend is, right? Who I used to go to meet in the city. Then look at this. Saying this, she shows Xiaoman some pictures of herself and Lin Xian that she had clicked last night when Lin Xian was drunk. Seeing them, Xiaoman is very shocked. She couldn't even believe it. By then, Mom also comes there and sees those pictures, and she also feels very bad. Jingwen says, I didn't want to hide this from Xiaoman, but Lin Xian forbade me from telling. Xiaoman falls for her words because Lin Xian had indeed been coming home late for many days. In a short while, Lin Xian and his grandpa also reach there. Mom gets very angry at Lin Xian. How dare you cheat on our daughter? We always treated you like our own son. Just then, Xiaoman says to Grandpa, It's a good thing you also came here. Now I want to break my engagement with Lin Xian. Hearing this, Lin Xian is stunned. He says, What are you saying? To this, Mom shows him those pictures, seeing which Lin Xian himself gets worried about how this could happen. He tries to explain to Xiaoman that it's nothing like that and also asks Jingwen, Why are you doing all this? To this, she says, I was just telling Xiaoman about us. Seeing all this, Grandpa had also become very angry with Lin Xian, so he also says to cancel this engagement and tells Lin Xian to come with him. Lin Xian also leaves from there thinking, I loved you. I trusted you so much, but you didn't even think it was necessary to listen to me once. Xiaoman was watching him go. She was very hurt, but she couldn't stop him either. In the next scene, we see Lin Xian in the office. He was trying to keep himself busy with work so that he wouldn't miss Xiaoman. But still, it was not that easy for him. His assistant comes and tells him, We need an employee who has good knowledge of agriculture. And Jingwen has also applied for this post. But Lin Xian says, Ban her from this industry. This girl should not get a job anywhere. Then we see Xiaoman, who was very busy working in the fields. Haozi goes and explains to her, Why are you hurting yourself by working so much? And there is nothing like what you saw between Lin Xian and Jingwen. He wanted to propose to you, but Xiaoman was not listening to him at all. Then Lu Hao calls Lin Xian and says, Is your engagement matter resolved? To this, he says, Yes, now we can move forward with the agreement. Then we see Jingwen, who was leaving the village and going back. Haozi asks her, Why did you do that? Why did you break up their engagement? To this, she says, This was not good for Xiaoman. Lin Xian should have left her life. To this, Haozi says, "Did you think about Xiaoman's feelings?" Jingwen says, "I don't care about any of this." Haozi says, "You have changed a lot. You have disappointed me a lot." Her words also don't affect Jingwen. She gets in her car and leaves from there. But on the way, she has an accident. Here, Xiaoman and Haozi were worried about her because the road she had taken had become very bad due to rain and water. They try to call her, but when she doesn't receive the call, they leave to find her. Where after a lot of searching, they find her, who was lying unconscious in the car. They try to get her out. Jingwen was slightly conscious. Just then, she sees the two of them and realizes what a big mistake she has made. In the next scene, we see Jingwen in the hospital. After regaining consciousness, she immediately says sorry to both of them and tells Xiaoman, "There is nothing like that between Lin Xian and me. In fact, his friend Lu Hao had asked me to do all this, and I thought that Lin Xian would hurt you, so I also agreed to her words." Haozi also says, "Lin Xian was going to propose to you. He and I were preparing the decorations well together." Xiaoman now becomes very emotional. She immediately leaves from there. On the way, she was thinking about Lin Xian, how much he did for me, and I didn't even trust him, didn't even listen to him. Thinking all this, she comes to her secret base, which Lin Xian had decorated very well. Coming there, she starts crying a lot, thinking, "I wish I had listened to Lin Xian once." 3 days later, she goes to his company to meet Lin Xian. The assistant goes and tells Lin Xian, "Miss Xiaoman has come to meet you." But Lin Xian says that he is busy right now, so he doesn't want to meet anyone. Then Lin Xian has a press conference meeting where he was going to talk about his project. Just then, suddenly Xiaoman's video starts playing, when he was talking about breaking his engagement with her. The assistant tries a lot to remove that video, but there was an error in the laptop because of which the video was not being removed, and everyone starts watching the whole video, and they start asking him questions about it. Then Grandpa comes to meet Lin Xian and says, "When everyone has found out about your relationship, handle it well." At this, Lin Xian thinks, "First, you broke my engagement there and brought me here, and now you are telling me to better the relationship." The next day, Lin Xian comes to his company and finds out that Xiaoman has been given a job in his company by his grandpa. Then a flashback scene is shown where Xiaoman had told Grandpa the whole matter of how a misunderstanding was created between them. So Grandpa had also given him a chance to convince Lin Xian. That's why they had given Xiaoman a job so that she could be in front of Lin Xian. After some time, Lu Hao comes there and tells Xiaoman she is soon going to become Lin Xian's fiancée. Hearing which, Xiaoman thinks that maybe she has come here a little late. She comes out hurt, but she still couldn't believe that Lin Xian would leave her so soon and become someone else's. The next day, we see Xiaoman, who is doing her work. Just then, the assistant brings an agreement to her and tells her the boss has rejected it this time as well. The next scene we see is after 3 days. Lin Xian wanted Xiaoman to give up on him here and leave. That's why he had not accepted the draft made by Xiaoman yet. He was repeatedly rejecting her work. But when he sees that Xiaoman is not giving up, so he comes to her and starts scolding her, "You haven't been able to make a single draft for so many days." She thinks to herself, "I know you are doing all this to bother me." Then she says to Lin Xian, "I will make it properly and give it to you soon." Hearing this, he leaves from there. Xiaoman thinks, "If this continues, I will soon go back to the village." After this, she again starts completing her draft, motivating herself. While she was feeling very sleepy, she was also tired. While working, after some time, she falls asleep sitting there. When Lin Xian comes there, he was feeling bad for Xiaoman. That's why he starts completing her draft. Just then, he sees that she was not able to sleep properly on the chair. She needed something to rest her head on. That's why he puts his shoulder forward, so that she can rest her head on it and sleep well. In a short while, he completes her draft. By then, Xiaoman also wakes up. So Lin Xian says to her, "Your work is done, now go home." The next scene is shown of a small meeting where Xiaoman had to discuss her project, where she was feeling very nervous, but then she gives her presentation quite well, which their client also likes very much, so they agree to work on this project. This was a very happy thing for Lin Xian. Then they both attend another meeting where Lin Xian tells everyone the details of the project and also tells them Xiaoman is going to be in charge of this project. This project was going to be in Xiaoman's village, so she was even happier. Lin Xian says that Xiaoman is in charge of this project, but she will have to choose another partner. All the people sitting there wanted Xiaoman to choose them as a partner. That's why they all one by one start offering a drink to Xiaoman, and they also appreciate her and say congratulations. Xiaoman was also drinking with all of them, at which Lin Xian gets a little angry because he knew that Xiaoman's drinking capacity was not much. That's why, in the end, he takes the drink from her hands and drinks it himself. But now, Xiaoman was very drunk. That's why she starts doing stupid things. She says to Lin Xian in front of everyone, "Do you even know what a rude person you are? You don't care about others' feelings at all. You always do what you want." Lin Xian tells her to keep quiet, but she was not taking the name of being quiet. She holds Lin Xian's face and says, "No matter how bad you are, I will still love you forever. The people sitting in front were looking at both of them with great surprise, wondering what was going on between them. That's why Lin Xian picks her up and takes her out of there. It starts raining outside. Xiao Man, while getting wet in the rain, asks Lin Xian, I am asking for the last time, do you want to marry me? He doesn't answer this but comes to her and kisses her, which means his answer was that he loves her and will marry her. The next morning in the office, everyone was thinking about what was going on between Xiao Man and the boss. Just then, the assistant comes there and tells everyone that Xiao Man is their boss's future wife. In the last scene, we see Lin Xian and Xiao Man together, who had spent last night together. They were very happy together. Lin Xian says to her, if you are feeling sleepy, you can sleep a little more. Xiao Man thinks that it is quite late, so she starts looking at her phone and says, I had set an alarm, why didn't it ring? What time is it? Don't you have to go to the office? Lin Xian says, I had removed the alarm because we are going back to the village. At this, Xiao Man is happy. But then she asks, what happened to Lu Hao? Before he could say anything, Lu Hao's call comes, who was telling Lin Xian, why did you come in front of my parents and cancel the engagement? What do you want after all? Xiao Man comes to know that Lin Xian has canceled his marriage with her. Lin Xian says to her, I love Xiao Man, and I will marry her. Xiao Man also says, Lin Xian is going back to the village with me. Saying this, they cut the call, and their romance starts again. The next scene is shown after 6 months, in which Haozi comes to his wife Jingwen and says, I am back. She says, oh, I forgot to tell you. Today, Xiao Man and Lin Xian are coming to our house. Here, Xiao Man and Lin Xian are in the village, and their project was also going well. They were enjoying the weather together, and with this, the drama has a happy ending.